YouTube, what is up? It's Chrissy Boy here on Chris's Real Talk. Now, I'm well aware that I have lost some subs. I have lost a lot of subs actually, but that's okay. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I'm not everyone's flavour of the month. I can fully accept and understand why people want to leave. You know, that's perfectly okay. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to stay. Whether it's once a week, once a month, once a year, I'm going to be here on YouTube and on Facebook. And I've got a funny feeling I know why people have left anyway. I did a video yesterday on Facebook live, and I may have upset a few people. You know, but you know, I'm entitled to my opinion, the same as Boris Johnson's entitled to his opinion as well. So that's going to be a lot more people dropping off if you do leave. Bye-bye. But I want to talk today about exactly what it says on the video description. It says workload to increase by over 50% and I'm getting nothing in return. This is very true. My workload over the next 2.5 to 3 months is set to increase by over 50%. And I am actually going to get nothing in return. My colleagues on the route that I drive are going to receive absolute bupkis, nothing in return for doing over 50% more work. Absolutely nothing. And I'll tell you the reason why we're going to be doing 50% more work and receiving nothing. This is the reason why. You see, I drive a specific kind of bus. You see, the bus I drive is called an LT, or the Boris bus, or the new Route Master. There's loads of different names for it. But my favourite one for it, what people call it, they call it the free bus. You see, they call it the free bus because there's 3 doors on it, and there's 4 opportunities on that bus to pay your bus fare. And as far as I'm concerned, 50% of people pay, 50% do not pay their bus fare. And the powers that be, which is TfL, stands for Transport for London, they've taken notice of how much money they're actually losing in revenue by only 50% paying for their bus fares. And what they've decided to do on my route specifically is remove these buses. Fine, I don't care if they change the bus. A bus is a bus. It's not a problem. If they want to get rid of this bus and put a regular bus on there, which means I then have to check my bus passes again, that's not a problem. That's what I'm there to do. You know, I check bus passes when they come on the front door. That's fine, that's my job. The reason why it's going to be a problem now is because the bus they're going to replace the current bus I drive with has a 52% increase in passenger capacity. You see, it can hold up to 150 people. Let me break that down for you. That is 150 people per bus, which I'm responsible for. I have to check passes in. I have to make sure people are not standing on the upper deck in a bus which is longer than the M25. You know, I've got to make sure everyone is safe, seated and secure. That's 150 people at least at full load. And that to me is a lot of work, especially when I've got to be at a bus stop longer than I want to be because I'm checking everyone's bus pass. Then I've got to catch people getting on the middle doors and pull them to the front to make sure they're paying their fare, or maybe kick people off if they're not paying their fare. It's just a longer process. It's more to do, it's more responsibility. And on top of that, these bloody buses have rear wheel steer. They're so long that the back has to steer as well as the front. Now, I was supposed to have training on this bus yesterday, but I didn't, because guess what happened to this bus? Guess what happened to this bus, boys and girls? This bus broke down. Oh! This bus broke down yesterday. It didn't want to work. And the thing is, this isn't the only time it's broken down. No, 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 no. See, this bus isn't actually in service. We only have one of these buses, and all of us drivers on the route that I drive have to type train on it, which means we have to be familiar with this vehicle. We have to drive it for an hour to make sure we're comfortable and know exactly how it operates and blah, 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 blah. Yes, Chris, that's right. It has broken down twice, and it's only the tester. And the thing is, we're getting these vehicles in. They are coming. They're coming. They're coming to my garage, onto my route. They're coming in the next couple of months. All of the buses where people think they can get on for free, it ain't happening anymore. Because let me tell you something. Before we had these Boris buses, before we had these ridiculous buses that we're currently driving, these buses with no heating in the winter, with no air conditioning in the summer, you see, with people that don't pay their fare, these ones, right, they're going. They're as ridiculous as they are, they're nice to drive. And you see, they're all going because they're a waste of money. They are. They've cost more money to maintain long term than what they did to buy. This is what, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. So 52% on average increase in my workload, and I am getting nothing in return. I'm not going to get maybe 10 pence an hour pay increase. I mean, it would be nice to see a 52% pay increase for doing 52% more work, but that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, is it? No. But I am going to be the arsehole I used to be. You see, what would happen on the old buses before we had the current ones we have? What would happen is people would look at me. People would look at me as I'm coming down the road in my bus. Let me read this. This says, we've just had a 2.5% rise here. This is annoying. I think we should slap in the face a no longer union because I don't think they are for drivers. You know what? The union is the drivers. This is one thing. Never ever lose faith with a union. Okay, because you don't have to be part of a specific union. You don't have to be part of Unite. The Unite union, you know, they have their uses. They are very big, but you don't have to go with Unite. You can go with any other workers' union you wish. And I'll tell you why that's a better idea. It's because it works out to be cheaper a lot of the time. And the second you make a phone call to one of these smaller unions and they get one of their representatives come down, instead of having a rep from your garage who is basically a bus driver, they send an actual solicitor. They send a lawyer. And management's arseholes tend to do that. They start to twitch. So just a bit of advice there. But no, I'm going to be public enemy number one, because as I'm trying to get back on track, what I used to do is I would be driving my old bus, my old regular bus, and I'd approach the bus stop and people would look at me and I would look at them and they would look at me and I would look at them, and what they're doing is they're looking for signs of weakness. It's what these people are doing. They're looking for signs of weakness. They're looking to see who breaks eye contact first. And the second you break eye contact first, that's them winning, which means they then think they can get on your bus and walk straight past you or get on the middle doors and not pay their fare. And it got to a point where I was so hot on it that I was such an arsehole. And I'm proud of this, to be fair. I don't even care. You know, people would look at me and think, no, I'll get the next one because this driver's not going to have any prisoners. And I don't. So because we're getting these new types of busing, which is taking a step back with just an entrance at the front, which means I now have to check bus passes, I am going to be the way I used to be. I'm going to be Captain Arsehole. Captain Arsehole of the bus industry. I'm going to check every single bus pass coming onto that bus. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because all of this extra work that I have to do, all of this 52% extra work I have to do is caused 100% by these lazy, thieving, bus fare dodging wankers. This is the reason why we're getting these buses in, is because people don't want to pay their fare. So as far as I'm concerned, if I'm going to be doing 50% more work, I'm going to make sure the people that are making me do that 50% more work are going to suffer for it. So you can all pay your bus fare. As far as I'm concerned, this is what's going to happen. I will check every bus pass. I will check every bus pass. You see, I will check every freedom pass, every elderly freedom pass, every disabled freedom pass. If your picture is not on that pass, or if it's out of date by a month, you ain't getting on my bus. It's a simple thing. I'm just sick of being taken the piss out of by passengers. And now that we've got these new buses, I'm having to do 50% more work, which means I'm going to be taken the piss out of by the company that I work for. And like I said before, I'm going to get absolutely nothing in return. See, what I suggest, and it's just a suggestion, you see, I could be wrong, with this suggestion, but what I think is when all these buses come in, and myself and all my colleagues have to drive these buses, I think what we should do is not charge people. There's a reason for this. You see, if we let everyone go for free, and I mean everyone, that means the powers that be up there sitting next to God, right? That means they're losing money. And if they're losing money because we're not taking that money, and then they start questioning why, well, you want us to do 50% more work, but you are not willing to give us anything else in return for such work. Therefore, until we get what we want out of this job, you are not getting your money from us in fares and revenue. So, whatever, Trevor. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your comments and suggestions are for such a problem as to what's going on. You can see my phone, it goes on for infinity. Look, my face in my face, so but let me know in the comments below what you think of the situation, what you think can be done to make my situation any better. And please, before you say get another job, you know what, if I could find another job which pays what I get right now, I would. I'd leave tomorrow, to be fair, but that ain't really gonna happen. If you like this video, shitting. If you don't like this video, if you're new, welcome, subscribe, all the good stuff, and hit that notifications button so you never ever miss this gorgeous face. But anyway, I'm not going just yet. Hey, I want someone to talk to. I'm lonely. No, I'm not really lonely. I'm not really lonely. I just feel like having a bit of a rant today. I'm in a ranty kind of mood today, you see, because people have left. I had like 280 something subs. I'm here. I know you're here. I know. Thank you. But no, people have left. I had like 280. I was counting down to 300 subs. And it's not a lot to thousands and thousands of people on YouTube. They get like 1,000 subs a day. I have to work hard for what I get. I really, really do. And I was nearly at 300. And I was preparing a 300 sub thank you video and everything. I really, really was. And then slowly, over the last week, it's dropped. And it's dropped. And it's dropped. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Like I said before, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I'm not going to get butthurt about it that much. Like I said, I'm here to stay. But it's just, it's just a little bit, yeah, you know what I mean? It's just one of those, isn't it? It's just, what does this say? I hate people who absolutely say, get a job, get a new job. That's bollocks. Easier said than done. If you could walk somewhere and give yourself a job, then that'd be different. Yeah, you know what? It's very true. Sorry about it. It's not that I can't read. It's just it's difficult trying to focus when it keeps dimming on every time I touch the screen. The text dims. I'm trying to see the screen through these, which ain't helping. I've had a really bad hair day today. That was really random, wasn't it? It's like everything's fine, but I'm having a bad hair day. But no, in regards to the hair, the barnet, I can't get a haircut till Thursday. Today's only Tuesday. I'm off on Thursday and Friday and Saturday. So Thursday morning, I'm going to be getting myself a haircut. I don't know, should I have it shaved up the back and sides and a little bit off the top like I normally do? I get a mohawk. Actually, you let me know what kind of haircut I should get in the comments below. I'll see what I can do. It's just, you don't have enough hair to have, oh, you know what? I love it when women say that a guy doesn't have enough hair to have a bad hair day. Until you have hair this short, all right, and you know what you want to do with it, and half of it goes, fuck you, like that. You see, you might not think it's that long, but here is puffy, and it goes the way it wants to go, and it's very uncooperative. It doesn't want to go, so I can feel it, especially when I know there's like a little bit up here, like alfalfa goes, blah, 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 blah. I can feel it when the wind touches it, and then I know something's not right. So, what is this? What is this? Zootalo, what is this? How on earth could I miss such a succulent, cute little spot? But you know, it's what it is. So we're not getting. I'm losing my words because it's pissing me off. The more I think about it, the more enraged I get. Rage. You know, it's just one of those things. It's like I have to do 50% more work in the next couple of months. This is a fact. This is a fact. I have to do more work, and I'm going to be getting nothing more for it. Nothing more. I'm not going to get any more money per hour. You know, they're not going to say, okay, fine, well, if you do 50% more work, then you can have a longer break in between your start and finish time. I'm not going to get any of that. All they're going to do is they're going to adjust my duty cards so that each trip takes a little bit longer. And maybe there'll be one less trip during my day. Maybe. So for a 52% increase in work, they're only going to be reducing my driving by at least 7% throughout the week. So please explain to me how this is fair. I don't see this as being fair. You see, all because people didn't want to pay their fare in the first place, which, to be fair, okay, should have been down to TfL to put revenue inspectors on the buses. It's what they had. See, basically, for those of you that are in the States, we had the old route master, and on each bus was a man or woman that would sell you a ticket. They'd walk down the middle, they'd walk upstairs, you'd just get on the bus and sit down, they'd come to you, they'd sell you a ticket. You see, we had people on the bus, on these types of buses that I currently drive, that were very similar. Only they didn't collect bus fares, they were a safety attendant, because the back door was always left open. Now the rear door is closed, I already have the work of 2 people to do, you see. But what they should have done, TfL, thank you very much, you wonderful people, is you should have given these people at the back, I'm losing my words again, so I'm getting pissed off, a ticket machine to scan people's bus passes. You know, so if you know they've walked past and not paid their fare, give it a minute, go upstairs, find them, excuse me, you got your bus pass? No, there's the door, fuck off. That would have protected all the revenue for TfL, would have been so much easier, but no, now I have to do 50% more work. And do you know the reason why TfL didn't want to do that thing I just said with the people, with the ticket readers, blah, blah, blah? Do you know why they got rid of the passenger assistants? Because they cost too much money. All they were there for was telling people, watch out, there's a bike coming. That's it, I'm back. I had reception there. So, yeah, so these people, right, they were paid by TfL directly. You see, these passenger assistants weren't paid for by the company. They were paid for by the company. Does this make sense? I work for a private company on behalf of TfL. We're a contracted company. These passenger assistants were hired directly by TfL, but they were given no responsibility other than the fact of, yeah, you can get off the bus now. Yeah, it's safe to get on the bus now. That's it. That's it. If they were given a little bit more responsibility, like checking people's fucking bus passes, then, you know, then maybe I wouldn't have to be doing 50% more fucking work in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. You see where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going? See where I'm going with this? It's very, very frustrating for me. It's so annoying that I'm actually beginning to swear. And I wasn't going to swear on this live today. I wasn't. I've slowly talked myself up into a rage. So, thank you very much, passengers of London, for making my work day a little bit less bearable. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to, you know, vent about how much work you are having to make me do for absolutely nothing in return. So anyway, I'm Chris. You've been watching Chris's Real Talk. Again, if you're new, welcome. If you like it, like. If you don't like it, dislike. It's no odds to me, to be fair, but at least tell me why. Feel free to tell your friends exactly what this channel is all about. It's all about having a conversation. It's all about speaking what's on your mind. It's all about sending me a suggestion for things that you want to talk about, and I'll see what I can do to accommodate you. That's what I do. You send me a comment, I will always reply, because I'm just that kind of guy. You see, there's many YouTubers, comment after comment after comment, and they just completely ignore you, which I think is rude. You know, at least I value the people that subscribe, and I value the people that watch. You guys are what make it all worthwhile. Anyway, I'm going. Enjoy your day.